Welcome to the online game section for the International Games video series. I'm your host, Timothy Kim, and my colleagues have allowed me to talk about the online games available for friends and families. For specifically, I'm going to talk about the ones available on Steam because it has the largest catalogs of PC games out there. And for the first one we're going to talk about is official Jackbox games. Jackbox has been especially popular in the recent months, especially with the COVID crisis, and it is a great for friends and families beyond that. So right now there are actually 7 packs, so you have the option to buy the games individually, with prices ranging from $4 to $10, or you can buy the packs, which I believe they have 3 to 4 games each. And right now, Jackbox is currently on pack 7, so it doesn't show yet, but pack 7 should be available soon enough. And the great thing about Jackbox is that you don't need you can actually only one person can actually have the games, and you just need your smartphone or a laptop or a tablet to as a controller. So up to 3 to 8 people can actually participate at one time. And of course, when it comes to computer hardware requirements, I'm just going to click Jackbox 3. You can scroll down to any title and they'll have the system requirements here. And as you can see, you generally need for those who are feel like intimidated by, for instance, the quad core, the 8 gig RAM, the 6 to 6000 stuff. Nominally, the rule of thumb is that this thing can run on laptops that are 2 to 3 years old. So I've run Jackbox. I have Jackbox 3 and 4, and I was able to run on my laptop, which is approaching 5 to 6 years old now. So it's not necessarily a system heavy or system demanding game. So which is good for for a lot of people. And of course, the price wise, Jackbox occasionally does have a Steam sale, Steam sales. So you see the price here is 30 to bucks, or in some cases Jackbox Party Trilogy, it's 70 bucks. But if you can time it right, you can actually get a much at a discount price. And of course, most of the games are at best rated T. But they also have it where you can actually change the setting to family friendly. So for the younger audiences there, and that way for those who are a bit concerned about mature content. So their official website did say that all their board games are nominally rated T, and of course you can change it to family friendly settings for the younger kids. So that's first one. So the next one we're going to talk about is a rather popular one called Overcooked 2, which is a sequel to Overcooked. So it's basically a cooking game, and foods and everything. And cool thing about this is that it's pretty much everyone can play it, and they have loads of DLCs, or season passes if you want to, don't have to worry about buying it separate. And it is really fun, from my understand. And the requirements again: Windows 7, Windows Intel 65, NVIDIA 650. These are not necessarily hard requirements in this day and age, so don't have to worry about that. And of course, they're all. Of course, it's shared or split screen co-op as well. So, like I said, one person can buy it for the whole group. And of course, let's see here. Yep. So, so they also have different ways to bundle. So you can actually buy not only, I guess, Overcooked, but you have the choice to buy the Gourmet Edition, or you can buy stuff similar to what the publishers and developers have. So I think it's a cool game. So, all right. So here's what the golf. This was one that was recommended to me by my coworkers. So it's a very, I guess, cheesy game for understand. So create a little. So it's basically people who like a little, spontaneous randomness to it. So, and of course, judging from the preview screen, so the game is basically golf, but you can actually it's so yeah, it's not actually a golf game. It's very silly. So you can golf pretty much anything. So it seems like you can golf a horse, a house, and so yeah, it's very random and everything. So people who like a little spontaneity, this would be a good game to have. And right now, it's actually not available yet, though it will be available soon enough. So October 22nd. So it should be available very soon, and it's split screen as well. So one person can buy it, and then for the whole group to have it. And of course, it says here it has full controller support, which should be a common factor for those of you who are buying games on PC, especially for the family. That's one thing you want to be mindful of is check the features. For instance, single player, split screen, share screen PvP, full control support, which is a must-have, and remote play on TV or remote play together. It's important. So I believe Overcooked has the same requirements. Yep. So remote play together, remote play TV, tablet, phone. So split screen, everything, and of course, let's see. Let's go ahead and go to Jackbox. Yep, they're the same. So remote play together, remote play TV, split screen, everything. So that way you don't have to worry about paying, I guess, double or triple depending on how many people are in your family. So, okay, here's Untitled Goose, which my coworker actually has on the console, but they also have it on PC. And this is actually more for the, I guess, the smaller crowds. But it's very, for those of you who like their games a little bit chaotic and surprisingly wholesome. So it's basically, as the game implies, it's Untitled Goose Game. So it's basically a game where you're basically creating just pure chaos, so and everything. And from my understanding, it's a very yeah. So it's a very random game, and if you like playing as a horrible goose, and recently they have it where there's not one but two goose or geese, which makes it into a very interesting co-op. So. And as you can see, the system requirements are basically saying you just need a computer at this point. So just having a computer is more than enough. Though that being said, though, I should for oh yeah, so there is a Mac requirement as well. So for those of you who have Mac requirements, so they have additional setups. So it's always good to double check if it shows that they have Mac OS or SteamOS requirements. That means that you can play these games on Steam as well, or on the Mac as well. So, yep, exactly. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go over to Ski Bolt, which is one of the games I've looked into recently, and from what I understand, it is about it's basically dodgeball arena. So, and of course, kind of like the two previous game, it's a little bit more chaotic and random. So you can, I guess, play regular like a vanilla dodgeball, or you can use the environment around you. So things like, let me see. Let's look at this preview. So yep. So you can use dodgeballs, or you can use whatever's around you. Things like, and see a little bit more chaos. So things like obstacles, nature, or so it's very epic would be the right word for it, I believe. So and they have it where it's only 4 people brawls, and so I guess so the limit is only 4 people can play it, and so for some people other more, I guess you'll have to share and cooperate. So I guess we'll have to go back to those old school method. Whoever loses has to pass the controller to the next person. So and it's split screen and shared and Steam controller and remote as well, so which is good. Now we're going to go ahead and go on to a little more conventional stuff. So we have Tabletopia, which is a board game platform. It's one of the two that we're going to talk about and everything. And Right now, it's actually free to play on Steam, so you can actually download it. The catch is that while the game platform itself is free, the specific games are actually cost. So, for instance, I actually play. I'm a big fan of the board game Scythe, and Tabletopia has an official edition of that, but it's $6. So and everything, and so it may not be the best. And of course, you can see the all reviews it's mixed, and I believe it's because the common complaint has always been. I believe the common complaint has actually been. Let's see, the fact that you have to subscribe to different games to fully utilize it, and they say that it's not the smoothest UI. Yep, and of course, so it's kind of wonky, is what the general consensus is for the negative reviews. So, but and of course, that's I guess the trade-off of that it's free. So it's a very low barrier to try, but you have to. I guess there's a learning curve to it. So, and here are the requirements. So again, the requirements are not very demanding. So, and of course, also they have it where with Tabletopia and the other one, Tabletop Simulator, is that you can actually play online, co-op and PvP, and judging from the description and the requirements, so you may have to do it where where one person has to essentially pass the controller or the mouse and keyboard for each player. So it's not necessarily shared or split screen like the previous games. So you have to be a little bit creative, I guess, in how to play it as a party. So, but yeah, let's go on to Tabletop Simulator, which is the one that actually costs. So it's $20. So and it's actually $60 for a 4-pack. So, but as you can see, from what I understand, with that cost to go, I heard the design and the experience is actually a lot more positive. So right now they basically have the same model, so everything. So different official, I guess, licensed games. So they have this. I believe that somewhere around here they have. Yep, they have Scythe here as well. So and everything. And yep, and of course they have. Looks like they have split screen for PvP and co-op. So and full control support. So definitely can play remote play together. So which is good. And most importantly, they also have Steam Workshop, which is a big thing about Steam, is that they've made it easier where they can allow uh, user created content for mods. So let's go ahead and go to nope, not there. Let's see here. Let's see where it's. Oh yeah, Community Hub, Table Simulator. There we are. And the workshop. So they'll have numerous stuff that are free. So that's the great thing about workshop is that there are no paid to purchase in workshop. These are all free mods created by dedicated players and people who are passionate and wanted to make things so to make the game all the more I guess fun. So they have different games, so board games, card games, dice games, strategy games, the mixed and everything. So and of course theoretically with because of this, for those of you who want to create their own games on, you can make it available and publish it yourself as well. So it's very flexible that way. So and of course, cool thing about it is that they have a count of people who are available. So for those of you who are interested in playing online or with people, there's a very active community right here. And of course, also should let you know that for those of you who are interested in playing it as with friends and families, but not physically in the same room, there is a way to go about it. Nowadays, I guess people are now used to using Zoom, Skype, and to do video conferencing. You can actually do that. You can video conference games with with those apps. I played Jackbox over Skype before. It's not the most prettiest experience. So you'll get that jaggedy feel to the screen. So it's not the most smoothest edge. So with that being said, if you're going to I guess play with friends uh, in different rooms. I highly recommend Discord, which is a great third-party app for chats and community. So right now, the library actually has a Discord server ourselves, so for virtual programs, and of course, you can create virtual servers, a private server for yourself to host board games or online games as well. So it's not a very heavy software. It's very light, and as you can see, you can actually download for Windows or open it in your browser, just like Skype does in Zoom. But though I personally recommend download and installing on Windows. That way you don't put a heavy burden on your browsers. So, and it's very user friendly. So, but yeah, so that's everything. And of course, these are only the only a small fraction of games. With Steam, it's much more. So, just to give an example with Steam, is that we'll search for games. We'll try board games and see what happens. So, and of course, we just had in board games, and it says here they're up to 2,000 results. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that, or it's going to search the entire game. So as you can see, there's 83,000. And for those of you who are concerned about, making sure that if it's available for multiple people on one console rather than having to buy one of each player, you can actually go to tag. I believe it's feature. Yep. Go to nearby features, and you can choose remote play together on TV, phone, and tablet. And let's see. Actually, whoops. Yep, there we go. So here are the games that you can actually play, and I can further narrow it down to co-op. And let's see. So yep, here's Pummel Party, Jackbox, and everything. Overcooked. So here are the ones that I talked about earlier. And there are many more, including, I guess, surprisingly enough, Lego Star, which I'm surprised that apparently they've are going to make it a split screen as well. So those not out just yet. So but it's going to be interesting because if it's a complete saga, they're going to include pretty much the prequel, original, and the sequel trilogies. So it's going to be quite exciting these next couple months. So, and as I said before, the games I featured earlier aren't demanding in terms of hardware. So that being said, it's always good to double check just to be sure, because it would be kind of an awkward situation when you've had a game that you've looked at it's great and you bought it, and then you realize your computer can't download it, or it can't run it. So it's always good to just double check, and when in doubt, and of course, to do that, to double check, see if your computer is good enough, what you can do is actually go to File Explorer, which I think I can do it right here. Let's double check. And go over here and then right click on this PC, right click and choose Properties, and it should tell you your computer requirements and everything. So, but yeah, that should wrap everything up. So hopefully this has been an enlightening video for everyone. So like I said, I highly recommend Jackbox. So I played it with my friend. I played it in the past, and it is just a genuinely fun game. So with that in mind, I hope you all have a good day. Like I said, once again, my name is Timothy Kim, and this was the online edition of this International Games Week.